Possibly Mail, the Hood Post, man. We are back. We are back. We are back in the mail room today. What's good, fam? What's good, everybody? Shout out to the mailroom goons. Shout out to the mailroom goons. Be sure to drop by the mailroom. Click the notification bell so when that so you can get that bomb content, that dope content. When that dope content hit, it'll feel like the first and the 15th. Like, subscribe, and share, and continue to follow us, man. If you drop a comment down below, because we'll respond, we talk back. Today, me and Big Deb going to tackle a couple of things that we've been talking about, and I think that it's important that we speak on. Let's see. So we got 5 people in the chat room. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. How's my mic sounding today? My mic sounding right? Anybody can hear my mic? 2 comments. No junk mail. That's right. No bills, no junk mail. What's good? What's good? What's popping out there? Marlena Williams. Hey, how are you? My feet feel good too, Marlena. I kept them soft tennis shoes on my feet all day, man. I saw them people out there struggling. I saw one girl walking out there. She looked like she belonged to the streets. Her feet was hurting up so bad. She had them 6'6" heels out there. Man, I couldn't do nothing but laugh. I wasn't trying to make fun of her, but I knew she was struggling with them things out there. You know. Shout out to the mailroom goons. What's good? We're waiting for Big Devil to come in, man. Today you see what it is: deception and corruption. We're here to talk about deception and corruption within our policing community, within the sheriff and police departments that service our communities. Do they really service us, or do they really give us what they supposed to give us for our tax-paying dollars? Are we legitimately getting what we pay for? That's what we're here to talk about, and trying to have a fantastic day. Right on, Big Stevie. Have a fantastic day, man. Right on, right on. It's great. Good. Mike is great. Good, Marlene. Appreciate you. Appreciate it. Travis Phillips, what's up, man? What's up? He said, man, he always hit me with that double O. Good to see you guys are here. How was your weekend, by the way? They go Big Dale right there. Big Dale, what's good, man?
What up, buddy, man?
Man, just here, man. I'm here. I'm here in the chat room, man, with the mailroom goons. I see you, man.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, that Gatorade?
Gatorade, man.
Ah, man.
Put them electrolytes back in. Sweating like a dog this morning.
Yeah, when it's hot out, man, you got to do what you got to do, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of things I want to discuss today, Big Dub. First of all, we got the deception by corruption with the police department. We got R. Kelly, man. We got to tap in with R. Kelly, man. Was that was that situation justifiable, or did they go too far with it? What do you, ladies and gentlemen, think about that? Let's deal with that first. Let's deal with the R. Kelly's situation, Big Deb. What's your take on it, Big Deb?
Well, shit, man. Speaking from a father's perspective, because I got
Uh huh.
4 daughters and 4 granddaughters.
Hmm.
You sleeping with an underage kid, is sleeping with an underage kid. I mean, you got to
Uh
hold
huh.
people accountable. You got to hold them accountable for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it
Knowing that
was
the
a choice.
girl,
He made a choice in those circumstances.
right? You're a grown man, and you knowing that
Greg
this
Moore.
this 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 girl is an underage uh uh woman. You know what I mean? And you sit up there and have sex with her. I mean, you got to be you're guilty of that. You're not whether the
Hmm.
parents took the kids over there or whatever the parents did. Hey,
That was
that's
my next question, Big Dad.
yeah,
Where is there any accountability with the parents and the people that were supposed to be the protectors of maintainers and protectors of women and children, the men folk? Where were
mhm,
the fathers or the
right,
uncles of these young women? How did
yeah,
they
yeah,
allow their nieces and daughters and sisters to venture down so far down the rabbit hole with such the likes of R. Kelly when it was pretty known what he was about?
right. Yeah, you got to hold them accountable too, because any parent that's going to take their daughter to a grown man's house, whether he a movie star, singer, rapper, or whatever he is, you know what I'm saying, as a parent, you're taking your child over to this grown man house. I mean, you got to be held accountable for that too. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, so
it's obviously he
go
got
ahead.
a sick mind. He got a sick mind. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because
So,
he was molested as a child by his
right,
sister, you know,
right,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
there were some things done to him, you know what I mean, that he
mhm,
needed therapy and he needed, some people to come. The parents are just as responsible as he. You're right. I totally agree, Marlene. You know what I mean?
right,
Although we know the brother did make some great music, but he let
yeah,
all that go to waste based on his actions, you know.
right.
You know,
And it's up to
I
you
think
to make that decision or not. I mean, that's just like a crackhead. I mean, you recover a crackhead. Somebody put the crack in your face. It's up to you to smoke it or to walk away and say, you know what, my life has changed. I'm not doing this no more, and walk
it
away. He
was
had opportunity to say,
very
you know what, he
uh
could have had any woman. He could have had any grown woman he wanted in the world. You know what I'm saying? Well, not anyone, but there's all kind of grown women throwing themselves at him. Why sleep with underage kids?
Dominique Mayweather say it was strange when he married Aaliyah. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
that too.
real strange. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
How did they let that? You know what I mean?
right. It's just
Basically, her life was ruined. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
one scenario and one situation after another just beginning to unfold in her life that she never even anticipated, because she anticipated having this great music career. She was, such a lovely person, beautiful spirit, had great songs, you know what I mean? And people,
mhm,
I don't know how the people that around her allowed such a guy to take advantage of her. What was it? What did he marry her about 14 or 15, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken?
something like that. He was 27 or something. Wasn't he like in his 20s or something like that?
Marlena said he wanted the little girls. He's specific in
Yeah.
what he wanted. But
Now,
if you listen back to his music, I don't see nothing wrong with a
right.
look. And
Yeah.
some of them songs were speaking for
Suspect.
themselves.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
You know what I'm saying? And as men, that's fine. I mean, we don't associate. You know what I'm saying? The scum of the earth is sex offenders. There ain't nothing worse than a sex offender.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing lower than that. You can be a snitch. You can be a woman killer. You can be a baby killer. You touch an underage kid in a sexual form or fashion. Ain't nothing lower than that. You the scum. You should be shot. Well, I ain't gonna say that out loud, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. You the scum of the earth. Ain't no ain't no ifs ands or buts about that right there. So
Everyone is
you
doing
know,
well, cut more. As to the people that were around him, his wife and some of the other people early on, you think it was money that allowed them to turn their backs or put earplugs in their ears and put blindfolders over their eyes? You think it was money was the driving force to that? Because they had to know real early on that this guy was struggling with some things.
yeah. Money is a root to all evil. You know what I'm saying? Money could buy you. You know what I'm saying? If you got the money, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you give a person 20, $30,000, 10. You ain't got to give them that much money. Some cases, give a
Mm-hmm.
person 5, 6,000, pay your bills or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just
Mm-hmm.
say you didn't see this, you didn't see that. Yeah, I mean, why would they care? It ain't they family member. They don't care. It ain't their daughter going up in that room with him. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying, they some sick individuals too. Anybody who condone that, knowing that knowing that this is an underage girl up in his bedroom or wherever she at, and you knowing that and you allowing that to happen, you ain't saying nothing, man. You sick too.
Hey, Marlena, I listen to it real. I'm not ashamed that I still listen to the music because I happen to really really like. I think that if you try to put anybody up with him as far as to measure the amount of depth his music went and his genre, and I don't think there's nobody in the industry that you can even put in a verses with R. Kelly because his catalog was that deep. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
He had hit after hit after hit after hit after hit, two and three on one album, and so on and so forth. His body of work was, yeah, definitely
Yeah.
amazing.
And I seen him at the concert. I seen him at the concert down what was that down at the downtown LA when he was in concert down. Took my wife. That's her favorite singer, man. I seen females passing out, fainting, and all kind of shit of them. So It wasn't a drought
Yeah.
with the women. It's just that his sick mind, you know what I'm saying, kept him on that. That was his agenda. I want them underage
Right.
girls, and now look at you. Now look at you. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay the piper now. First you was the Pied Piper. Now you got to pay the piper with your life.
I'm a take it a little step further because these type of things have been happening to young women within our community for quite a long time. And what was and how it was hidden was the black church.
Hmm.
The black church used to know about these things long before we even got to a R. Kelly, when these things were being perpetuated by deacons, pastors, uncles, big cousins and stuff on, on young girls that was in that
Hmm.
church family, you know what I mean? And they would just keep it in the church. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't let whatever you
Yeah.
do, don't let this get outside the church. Let's deal
Yeah.
with it in church. When the
Yeah. Pray for
church,
him.
what,
Pray for
yeah,
him.
they wasn't even capable, or they didn't have the right tools or the information or the right people in place to deal with such situations. You know what I mean? And they just swept it under.
Hmm.
They just as guilty as Catholicism when you got all these priests and cardinals and bishops and all these people taking advantage of little boys. There's no difference. All these people want to keep the secret.
Yep.
And then when you think about a lot of these musical icons, where do they come from first?
The church.
Yeah, there you go. They come from
Everybody
the
come from the
church.
church. Aretha Franklin from the church.
Yes,
A whole
yes.
bunch of them. You know, David,
Well, there
all
was
of
alleged that Aretha Franklin father, C.L. Franklin, was a molester. They kind of, I don't know if you guys saw the movie, Aretha
them. Yeah, I
Franklin's
seen that.
movie,
Yeah.
but they alleged somebody was raping her. And
Right. But they never.
supposedly, from what I understood about it, it might have even been her own father, one of those children with through Aretha, you know. But don't quote me on that. It just, if you go back and watch the movie, you're gonna see some stuff in it that kind of stands out. That where there was some fun, some hanky panky going along. You know what I mean? But once again,
Yeah.
the church is at the head of this stuff.
Hmm. Yeah. Just pray for him. Just, just pray for him. He'll be all right. Let's just pray for it. Let's keep it in the family. Keep it in a prayer. No, you can't change.
That's
Prayer
what
don't
Dick.
change no
That's
sick
what Dick.
mind, man.
That's what Dick Gregory was saying. This right. you know?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
Father and Sam Cooke. Yeah, right, Marlena. Right, right. Hitty God, what's good, man? The Boondocks predicted R. Kelly's situation earlier. R. Kelly really, he got out of it, Henny. He got out of it the first time, man. But he didn't have sense enough to, you know what I mean, to cut it off, to stop. You
they
know.
never do. They never do because they live in this illusion that in their brain they thinking that what they're doing is right, and they think they're gonna get away with it forever. You know what I mean? They living in this fantasy world, like you know what I'm saying. I got all this money and power. You know what I'm saying? I'm R. Kelly. You know what I mean? I can't be
Right,
touched. Ain't
right,
nobody gonna
right,
believe him.
right.
And now look now look at you. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you know what I mean? Yes, you messed yours off.
The
But
chocolate
still,
factory was really the fantasy factory for R. Kelly. You
yeah,
know, maybe he called it a chocolate factory, but never be careless. Dwayne Alexander, right on, man. You know, the chocolate factory was really the fantasy factory. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And
They like those
yeah,
titles, the chocolate factory. What did that, candy, sweetness, the kid.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean that
yeah.
we look back on it now, you know what I'm saying?
And
We
he
look
was
back
and
on
he
it and
was
say,
specific about the type of women that he wanted and the type he looked
hmm.
at. The
Just
trapped in
like
the
12
closet
play.
went to his head. Yeah, yeah,
Look,
yeah.
12 play, that song 12 play. Just
Uh huh.
listen to that song. You know what I'm saying? It tell you right there. This whole everything, you
Uh
know.
huh.
Dude was a musical genius, but you know what I'm saying? Everything that's done in the dark will come to light. You know what I mean? Especially
Absolutely.
when you're doing stuff like that, man. You can't be laying up with no underage girls, man, no kids. And the parents
Could you
shouldn't have been taking
imagine
them
what
over
that
there
house
either.
was like, man? That he had them chicks
Yeah,
locked up in. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Treating them like slaves and stuff.
yeah.
Wasn't it some
I
dudes
don't,
too? I don't know, Marlena. Was it?
yeah,
Was it some
I heard it
dudes?
was, yeah, I
Yeah.
heard it was a dude too. You know what I mean? But depending on what was going on, what I'm saying, as far as him locking him up and threatening him, I mean, soon as they came in his house and he closed the door behind them, you was already anything that happened after that, nigga, you already fouled.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
Devon Cutmore, demons hide everywhere, man. It don't matter whether it's a church,
Hmm.
temple. It don't matter, man. That's yeah, Marlena. Yeah, I heard that as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So we here, man. We talking about this R. Kelly thing, man. And it just, man. Only thing we can do, like Big Devil said, is pray for that brother and hope that he receive the help that he needs. Because you know, one thing about Mike, man, regardless to what we knew or didn't know about Mike, at least he pulled. We don't know if he pulled out it, shut the door, or shut the shop down, but he did something. You know what I mean? That was something unusual about his behavior because he never was allowed to be a child. That was one of his problems. You know, all
Hmm.
his
Yeah.
song titles were a clue to 12 play. Seems like you're ready. Don't seem nothing wrong. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Seem like
All
you're
that.
ready. Yeah, all the
Hmm.
songs that he made were definitely a clue to what was going on. Crystal, shout
Yeah.
out to Crystal. Crystal in the house. OG Steve in the house. OG Steve, shout out to OG Steve, man.
OG
Continue to
Steve,
be a big
Alberton in the
supporter.
house.
Yeah,
Bronx.
for being a supporter of the mail room, man. He always drop by, man. You know,
Hmm. And we got
always,
to take a,
man.
and we're going to take a trip to the Bronx, man, one of these years, man, to go hang out with OG Steve.
Absolutely, man. Get
Yeah.
down there, man, and let him show us around, man.
Yeah. Get some of that good eating out there. No, they eating good out there. Good old nice steak out there.
Man, they got all different cuisines out there, man. You
I
find
ain't never
anything
been.
out there.
I ain't never been to New York.
But yeah, see, yeah. I mean, I can hold a tune or two. Oh, so man, oh yeah, hidden agendas. Yeah, Craig Moore, they were hidden agendas. You know what I mean? For
Hmm.
people to waltz into those circumstances and thinking that they were going there for a music career, but all of a sudden there was a double door. Yeah,
Hmm.
we're gonna let you listen to this music. We might even give you a song, but you're gonna do this over here too.
Right. Lauren right on in there. He know exactly what he was doing.
Support the
Yeah.
platform by hitting the like button, man. Be sure to drop by the mail room, click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. So when that dope content hit, it'll feel like the first and the 15. Man, it's crazy, man. You know what I mean? That so many things are occurring in this world, but we want to get back to the deception by corruption as well, Big Deb, because we recently came across some information. We had already been talking about this stuff, the way the police our communities and how they interact with people, the taxpayer community of the urban community of black and brown people. You know what I mean? So what's supposed to be hood or not the police? Wait a minute. So who's supposed to be the hood or not the police? I don't know what is he saying? Exactly, Big Devil, the blacks. Yeah, so anyway, we're here to talk about that, you know what I mean? Because I myself and Big Devil, we have experienced. Well, let me start from the top. When I was going through Wayside, there was some deputies out there in Wayside Max. They were called the Wayside Whiteys. The Wayside Whiteys was a bunch of deputies were named Deputy White. It was a family of them. I believe they originally came from down south, and they came on their purposes to become part of the sheriff. And all these white boys was big goons, like 6'5" and 6'7" type of big, huge cornbread white boys, and they use them to go around the whole Wayside facility specifically to whoop on people. You know what I mean? And they did a lot of damage up in there, and it went on for millions of thousands of years. And then we get to the Linwood Vikings. They're probably the most corrupt ever. You know what I mean? To be a part of the police community. They did so many things on falsifying paper, falsifying evidence, writing up false paperwork, accusing people of things that didn't happen, placing, goddammits on them. You know what I mean? Just a numerous of things. And then you had in the county jail, the 3,000 boys, which was the county jail, they had a crew up in there. They was also very corrupt, covering up situations, And then you get down to the regulators. The regulators were out of, I think they were out of Linwood, which is called a Century Station, which was combined of Century, Firestone, Century, Linwood, which was originally where the Vikings came from out of Linwood. They all moved over to the regulators. Then you had the Executioners, which was out of Compton, and they did, this very, very corrupt crew, very, very corrupt. And then you had the Banditos out of East LA. You know, these are all police gangs inside of police. They had tattoos, they had insignias, they had signs. You know what I mean? That the people that was only in the gangs were that knew these signs and signals and stuff, blacks and women weren't allowed to join, you know what I mean, because they was white supremacists, you know what I mean, acting out in such ways, that wasn't conducive to the community that they were serving. So Deb, you had one-on-one experience with the Jump Out Boys, which was the Operation Safe Street. Speak to us about them, man.
With OSS, Vikings. Oh yeah.
Well,
Shit,
the Jump Out Boys, remember they
yeah,
was
yeah.
Operation
Right.
Safe Street.
OSS, yeah. They shit, my first run in with them was when they planted a gun on me. Shit, this was probably about 89, 88, 89, somewhere around there. We ride through the hood and we see them, they bust a U on us and pull us over. Me and the homie J Lo pull us out the car and shit, you know what I'm saying? But the way
And
they
they was
got us
on
out the car,
bicycles, or was
nah,
they
they
on
was in
cars
cars.
at the time?
They was in
Okay.
cars at the time. They was in NARC cars.
Uh
You know
huh.
what I'm saying? It was in them all, plain color cars,
Uh
all
huh.
black NARC car.
Uh huh.
So they pulled us out at gunpoint. So I'm like, damn, what the hell? We ain't did shit. You know what I'm saying? Riding up the street. Shit, made us face down on the ground, had laid us both face down on the ground and shit. And that motherfucker come put his foot right between my goddamn shoulder blades. I had fresh
Wow.
Jerry curl. I had fresh Jerry curl too, man. Mom just hooked me up with a Jerry curl. And they say, where the
Shout
gun
out to
at?
the Jerry Curl.
Yeah. And they say, where the gun at? Somebody ain't got no gun. What you talking about? See, yeah, you do. The gun at? Where the gun's at? Man, the motherfucker went into the Cadillac, man, pulled out a gun, like a big old 357, and grabbed my beanie and shit, threw that shit in the car, grabbed both of us, threw us in the back seat. I'm a juvenile at that time and shit, so, and he an adult. So they put all the shit on me. I get to
Mm.
court. I get to court and shit. You know what I'm saying? I know I ain't no gun, ain't mine had no gun. You know, they had holes cut in my beanie. They cut three holes in my beanie. And you can see that the holes didn't even line up to each other when my
Hold on,
attorney
let me hold on just a second. Let me address this Kelly Johnson. Hey man, the ethnic identity of gangbanging is not black people. So let's get that straight, man. I don't know where you're going with your questioning, man, but if you need a bit of history, if you need a history lesson about we're some of the greatest people on the planet. We build everything. We're responsible for everything that you enjoy on this planet, okay? First and foremost. So if you need any more lessons in history, tap in with me, man. Go to my IG, the Hood Postman. I'm gonna gladly give you a point from point A all the way to Z about history of black folk. Okay, melanated people. Matter of fact, black folk is a construct given to us that we didn't name ourselves. That African American is not who we call. We didn't get that name to us either. So we are melanated people. We come from kingdoms and complex architecture. And if you can't understand that, the hieroglyphics explain who we are as a people. There's no other people on the planet where the hieroglyph speaks about. It speaks specifically about melanated people. We were here long before any other people ever arrived. Okay, so a lot of the other people that's here, they forgot who their parents are. Their parents are the people that you're looking at, melanated people. Okay, Big Devil, carry on. Had to take care of
oh
that.
man, you had to you just read them some mail, huh? You had
Yeah,
to read
read
that
him some
letter
mail,
to them.
man. I had to read him a
Yeah.
letter, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta get people together.
Yeah. So yeah, I go to court. I'm trying to fight the case. Shit, they motherfucker police get on the stand and said I was trying to rob Jack in the Box. Now back then,
Uh
Jack in the Box ain't no 24 hours back then. So who was I robbing? Wasn't nobody there. I wasn't even nowhere near Jack in the Box. But that was my first run in with the crooked police, and then the gun wasn't even mine. But as a juvenile, I had to take the case. You know what I'm saying? So You know what I mean? But that was just one of many run-ins with them, man. As far as planting, I done seen them plant guns on homies and dope.
The
Their thing
mail
was,
room is in full effect, man. Be the chat room, man. The chat room goons are here, man. The ladies, the ladies of elegance are in here. The visionaries, they're all here, man. You know, all these people are in this chat room, bro. So be careful, man. They'll come for you now. You get yourself together, Mr. Kelly. We're giving you a break right now, man.
what
We
did he
letting you
say?
kind of just just asking some silly stuff. You know what I mean? He don't know
Oh,
how to just be cool about what he asking. You know, he's kind of putting black people in a category. You know, he's trying to be category.
he's
He's
an
putting us in.
onlooker.
Yeah, yeah. He's a sidewalk critic. That's what he is. Sidewalk critic.
But yeah, man, them OSS wasn't no joke.
Right, right,
Mhm.
right. Well, listen, man. It's interesting, man, because the Jump Out Boys, right? The Blair and I can't think of the other guy's name, right? I'm coming
Rifkin,
out the Rifkin, okay. I'm coming out to
yeah,
Kailua one time, man. The Kailua Hotel right there. What's on Sanborn, right? Sanborn Atlantic,
Atlantic, yeah,
right?
Atlantic and Sanborn.
And man, instead of tucking the dope, right? I had just served somebody. Instead of tucking, I got it in my hand because I figure I can, make it back to where I'm going like really quick because it's like a really quick deal, right? So as soon as I bust out, man, I can't do nothing. They like right there. I can't throw it. I can't tuck it. I can't do nothing. So I walk. They on bicycles, man, and they looking at me. Instead of trying to, I didn't divert my eyes or nothing. I looked them straight in the eyes and walked straight up to them. I said, "Hello, mate. Hello, mates." I said, "Hello, officers. Lovely day for a bike ride, isn't it, officers?" And man,
Man,
they looked at me and said, "Man, get the hell out of here with that silly." But they didn't know, man. I had a fistful of dope, man. I'm
yeah,
shaking like Don Knotts in The Ghost of the Missing Chicken. I don't know if y'all ever saw that movie. It was a movie about a long time ago named Don Knotts. It's called The Ghost of Mr. Chicken. But anyway, I survived the day, man. But it was a trip how they used to ride up on them bicycles, man, out of nowhere. And you be, I mean, doing your thing, but you didn't ever, take into account that any given moment they would ride up on them bicycles. I mean, after they
hmm,
did it a few times, you were like
yeah,
on alert, you was aware, you know what I mean? But
hmm,
man, they was the most corrupt people, man.
yeah. They did a
Good
night
show.
raid.
Real check out my last download about the blacks and the dominated horses racing before the segregation. Man, interesting that you mentioned that, man, go because and I'm gonna get off a little bit off of this there. I mentioned that Mac Thomas, right? Mac Thomas owned 5 horses, Goob. He lived in the Richland Farms, right? He had 5 horses, man. One time he put like 10 homies on the horses, right? But everybody had to put another homie on the back of the horse, man. And they had to goddamn it on them, man. They rode all the way to a spot to where they thought them people was at, man. And they got busy on horseback, man. Funny as heck when
Mm,
you think about it. But anyway, back to the police,
shoot,
big deal.
shooting on horses.
Yeah, man, they
But
was they had their business, they had them goddamn it. They were like real cowboys, man.
yeah. hmm But yeah, they came through. But this is when the OSS and the Vikings got together, and
Uh
they
huh.
because what they used to do is they used to have certain crews of Vikings together, and they'd be assigned strictly to your hood, and their
Hmm.
whole job is to study your hood names, everything. You know what I'm saying? Who was who and what's what. So on this particular day, they came, jumped out, and had everybody lined up. Your homie Greeny was over there that day, Greeny and Dabo.
Greeny,
So
I
they
just did
asking,
put
yeah,
Greeny up yesterday.
yeah. So they're asking them, where y'all from? Oh, we from Santana Block. Santana Block. Oh, okay, get the cameras out. They told Green them, take your shirts off. And Green and them tripping, like, what the hell wrong with these motherfuckers? Take your shirts off. That's no question.
Uh
Take both of y'all. They started taking pictures of their tattoos and everything. You know what I'm saying? So they made everybody line up. Everybody take your shirts off. They get the cameras out. They taking pictures of everybody. And they put your gang name on this paper, and they had you put the paper up in front of you and take a picture. So, but when they leave, they never take the papers. They let us keep the papers. I thought that was strange. I kept telling the homies, like, man, that's strange. Why didn't they take the papers if they updating their gang file? What they did was they jumped on their bikes, went right around the corner in the alley, jumped over the gate and they hid in the bushes. It was almost nighttime. It was like daybreak. It was almost nighttime, sun going down. So we go to the spot. We hanging in the spot and everything in the front of the gate. We serving, you know what I'm saying? Dope sell, weed, smoking, got the music playing. But all along, these motherfuckers is in the bushes looking at everything, the whole operations, hiding like a mother.
So
Man, when they
that's what
got
the show
nighttime,
is about, man.
hmm
Deception by corruption. Keep going, Dale.
yeah. So, but I kept hearing something in the back. I said, man, somebody in the back, because the dogs kept barking. He said, no, ain't nobody back there. I said, all right. So we kicking in the shit. Next thing you know, the motherfuckers just jump out. Freeze, lay down. Police cars pull up from everywhere, helicopters and all that shit. Man, they found so many guns and so much dope. You know what I'm saying? They
And
took
then if
everybody.
you still had that paper on you, you was a prime suspect or target of their investigation.
Yeah.
If you were foolish enough to still have that paper, I mean, you're thinking like keeping it as a souvenir. I hope nobody kept the paper as a souvenir that like that, big deal.
I think we had it. I think I had mine on me in my pocket.
Kelly, that's a great
You
question
know
at
what I'm
the hood
saying?
spokesman. What is the ratio or millennium people bang as to how many doesn't? Man, let me tell you something, man. Will Blast, Kelly, gangbanging is about 2 seconds of the people that participate. It's about 2 seconds of their life. It doesn't take up much of your life space. Nobody can spend a career in that, man, because it's detrimental to your health and your physical well-being. Okay, so it's like a hit and miss thing, man. There's some people that can endure over a time, a period, and there's some people that get in and get out, get in, get out. Okay, but nobody's ever in it for a lengthy, longer time. Not to the gang bang, because you got to understand between a gang membership and gang banging. Gang banging is when you out there, you about that life. You got them goddammits. You letting it fly. You understand? If that's your life every day, at some point that will stop because you what goes around comes around. If you throwing bullets, bullets come back, bro. So you don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
about that life right there. Don't try to get it twisted. A
Yeah.
very small percentage. You're right.
Oh, yeah, cool, man.
A very small percentage, man. So,
Yeah.
like I said, man, gang banging is not the ethnic identity of melanated people, you know. And I know sometimes it's hard for you guys that's out of town to fathom what is the number or what is the percentages or because the white liberal media and the conservative media have painted a picture where for you and that's the picture you got embedded into your mind but somehow that seems to be a blueprint to your questioning. That seems to be a blueprint to how you feel about the melanated people that comes from the west coast. But let me tell you, you are totally wrong in your calculations and the thing and how you see it. You know what I mean? If you really want to know, like I say, man, go to my Hood Postman on Instagram. Leave me a couple of questions, and I'll answer those correct questions directly. Cool sense. What's going on with you, brother? How
And the
you
reason
feel,
why it's like
man?
that too is because they tell our story the way they want to tell our story. We don't
Oh
get
yeah,
the
they
chance to
tell,
tell
and
our
that's
own
why
story. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
why it's important that we get on here, Dev, and narrate our own stories and narrate
Yeah.
in a way. I was just asking. No, no, it's all good, Will
Because
Blast. It's
because
nothing against you. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Sometimes I gotta, you know, reiterate on how the question is asked. Sometimes you gotta check out the framework or your words because sometimes when you texting or typing words, they don't come off as way you mean it. So sometimes, you know what I mean, it's not that you asking a wrong question or anything, but just word it better when you asking. That's all I'm saying. Milwaukee is a jungle. It wasn't banging here. A lot of players here to do so. Yeah, well they banging everywhere now, bro. It's like that's no big secret, man. That's why I say all the time, brothers got to get together in New York, Jersey, Philly, Pennsylvania rather, um, Milwaukee, wherever, Wisconsin, rather, Texas, Tennessee, Florida, California, Illinois, wherever, brother, Arizona, man, it doesn't matter. Washington, Oregon, all those places where brothers are, man, we got to get together.
and then a lot of times, well, most of the time they don't even let people tell they. I mean, there's a lot of people that got success. There's a lot of people that got out of that gang banging. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Look at
yeah, yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah. There's a
You know what I mean? That
ton
was
of
hardened
success
criminals. You
stories.
know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was
Ton of success
real,
stories.
real gang bangers. I know I could name over 500, 600 brothers, Bloods and Crips. You know what I'm saying? And Southsiders and SAs. You know what I'm saying? That to change their life. You know what I mean? So when somebody put, gang banging and this and that, that's just narrative, man. People, that's just decisions with everybody. Some people made at their life, but they ain't living that now. You know what I mean? So yeah, everybody got a
Yeah, yeah,
story to
yeah.
tell.
Melanated people are based off the tribe. That's how we were identified each other prior to the other categorization of us. Yeah, you're right. And as to Chicago, right? I think Chicago has the same problem that LA and Compton and Watts and other places down south we had years ago when the police were interjecting into the business and the police saw that they saw it dying down and going out. So they would kick it back up. With Deb has stories about where the police came by and hit up the walls, strike up the walls, and as an enemy
Yeah,
gang, and all the time it was the sheriff. Speak to us about that, Deb.
right. Because if you would think that when two rival gangs is going at it with each other and they're in close proximities in the same city, only a few blocks separate them, you would think it'd be a large police presence to protect the innocents in the community. And it ain't.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I could tell you firsthand, what I mean, a person that was out there on the front line every day, all day, I wasn't seeing no police officers. I wasn't seeing no gang units. We was walking around with, guns out, broad daylight, assault rifles, you know what I mean, standing on the curb. We wasn't worried about police pulling up because we knew they wasn't coming. You know what I mean? We knew exactly when they would come, but you know what I mean? You would think it would be a heavy presence of police, catching you in action. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like that. They were sitting back, and let the war crack off. You know what I mean? Let the killing
Hmm.
continue. Because that's just overtime for them. You know what I mean? They just sit back laughing. Us as kids, as juveniles, as young adults, you know what I mean? We don't know no better because that's the
Right,
life we live in at that time. You know what I mean? We
right.
gang banging.
So Will Blast, you said you're in Chicago. It's not the police. So you believe that the melanated people are responsible wholeheartedly, 100%. There's nothing that the government or law enforcement has any. They don't have any hand in it, right? That's what you truly believe.
Yeah. And the police, they could crack down on it if they wanted to, because they cracked down on us
Absolutely.
by putting a special task force together, you know what I mean? And getting all these shooters off the streets
You're
from
right,
both
Zeke.
sides.
Yeah.
And that's what they
TJ Quick
mess they
said it
do.
best. It's just like Compton.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right,
And that's what
Deb.
they
They
that's what they do. They coming when they want to. They can crack it down if they want to. You know what I mean? And they can turn up the heat. And that's exactly what
don't you
they did
guys
with us.
know that police departments they get hazardous pay, they get increased pay based on what's going on in the communities in which they serve. Do you guys know when there's a bunch of shootings and corruption going on that's being committed or so-called committed by the citizenry of the community that they get special pay, they get bonuses and stuff when this stuff not occurring, they go back to regular status. So that's part of the problem. It's the money, man. It's a money chase, man. All this stuff that you
Hmm.
see around it, man. Absolute power corrupts, bro. Any government that function like the United States is a serious entity. It is based in bank. It's based in federal banking and super rich people. You understand? So
Yep.
there's um there's wins and losses, man, in this thing we call democracy. There's some people that's gotta be rich, there's some people that gotta be poor, there's some people gotta die, there's some people gotta be that's gonna be infected with disease. There's all kind of trickery going around you. But if you're not reading and you're not finding out this information, man, you living in a bubble, bro. You gotta come out the bubble, man.
Yeah, because
It
because
is
I
not
think of
all blacks, but the police don't care if the camera's on. Every corner is lots of money on the streets right now. It's Mexican, blacks, whites. The police don't care.
right.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, because if they cared, I mean, I don't recall a pulling us over or catching us at a function. We out there deep, knowing that it's all this killing and shooting going on, and asking us as gangbangers saying, what can we do to stop this?
Yeah.
What do you
Never
guys?
said
What
that.
do you
But
guys do
only
to
thing
stop
they
this?
would say, Deb, this is what they say. What did back in the day when they pulled us over, Deb, this is the first thing they say. You got any knives, guns, or bombs? What was that all
Yeah,
about? You
you on parole
know?
probation? You on parole probation? Where the guns at? You shoot anybody? Or
Yeah.
they'll let you know. They'll let you know what you did. A few weeks ago. You know what I mean? To see it, but it wasn't no avenues or no type of, especially no community leaders going out to
Right.
these highly infectious gang areas and trying to see if they can put a solution to the problem. They don't care. Let them kill each other.
Monique
And
Monk, you right. Read that question, Deb.
say if it wasn't any gang violence activities, these guys, yeah, yeah. Look how much money the courts would lose.
Right.
Look how much money prosecutors, sheriffs,
Here, here go
watch
another one for
commanders,
you, Deb. Right there. Monique Monk.
police would take before I said and drop them off. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Drop them right off.
You're right, Steve.
Tell
I
him.
mean, cool sense. They do take advantage of you when you don't know your
Right.
rights.
Exactly. Yep. That's exactly cool, Steve. It's just like when they built the Alameda station. They used to send paddy wagons to the hood. Now when they built the Alameda station, the jail station, it started off empty. So now they got to house because more people they house in there. They keep it housed to full capacity and get money, all that money. So they started coming with paddy wagons. I ain't never seen a paddy wagon a day in my life until they built that Century Station.
Uh-huh.
They built that Century Station. They was coming over there. Well, I mean, paddy wagon was a van, an unmarked van. You know what I mean, with bars on the windows, and they was doing sweeps. They don't care if you was standing on the street on the sidewalk with a soda in your hand. You're
So
drinking
why you
beer.
think Will back to Will Blast? Why you think if they got 90% of the hot ones, they got the police video to back up who perpetrated the crime? Why you think they're not prosecuting those individuals?
Right?
Yep.
Because they can let them continue to. Yeah, but yeah, they was putting us and the enemies in the tanks together.
Hmm.
And they popped their feet up on the desk and just let us, you know, get at each other.
Yeah, I remember that, man. They used to close, if you went to 92, 93, 94, 95, 100, man, they would just close the door basically.
Yeah,
They Will Blast say they don't care. Yeah, they ain't never cared, bro.
yeah.
You're right. Fourth Amendment is the right to remain anonymous. They violate that right almost every time. Yeah, they do, man. Let's see. Right there, Deb. That's one for you.
Took the case. Shit, they ain't playing no more. Yeah, it ain't playing no more because the police got it in their mind right now. It's like, and then I look at this too. You got these police that say, okay, you want to defund us? Okay, well, police your own community. We really not finna be coming over there with all these shots fired and shit like that. I mean, back in the day, we used to take our own homies to the hospital when they get shot. It's the police, the
Uh-huh.
ambulance wasn't. When you dial 911 or whoever called the police and say, man, did you call the ambulance? Yeah, we called them 20 minutes ago. We're taking our own homies to the hospital and shit. And then the police get up there to the hospital and who shot you? Not know, are you
Yeah.
okay? Where you hit at? Who shot you? Like
Yeah,
it's a
baby
game.
boy right there, Deb.
Boy, tell you how you get away from a lot of stuff back then. But now, if you do something, 50 years, yeah, 50 years of life. You could be in a car. I know somebody who gave somebody a gun to commit some homicides, and he got three
Uh-huh.
life sentences, just like the dude that got found guilty. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Nah, you can't. You get in a car, you shoot at somebody, you the driver. It don't matter if you shot at them,
It don't
you hit
matter
them or
what
not.
position you sitting. Yeah.
You can shoot in the air. You can shoot in public dwelling, assault with a deadly weapon, all kind of enhancements on you. You know what I mean?
See, but the
You know.
thing about it, man, is that people are not going down to read federal seconds, federal thirds, and read the citizen guidelines, because if they knew that what the circumstances, what was going to play out if you perpetrated certain crimes, you'll be less likely to indulge in some of the things because some of them things are self-explainable, man. When you read what's attached to the law itself, you know what I mean. I think it's Penal Code 115, which is states that even and what they don't put on police officers falsifying evidence or falsifying a document to lock to incarcerate or have somebody locked up, even if you make a false police report, is a felony. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But police do it all the time, man. They
Yeah, and
fabricate
they
and put lies in their reports, you know.
right, and they know that they can get away with that because 9 times out of 10 they're dealing with a parolee, so he in violation already, so he gonna get some time. You know what I mean? They know he ain't finna fight the case. He gonna take the first deal or whatever they gonna offer him, and then the case closed. You ain't even got
I
to
see
worry
you,
about coming to
Lamb.
court
I see
because
you, bro.
everybody's taking the deal. You know,
Right, 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 right. Marlon, guess what's good?
that's why at Compton Court, I used to love going to Compton Court because they, if you didn't have a murder or assault with a deadly weapon or something like really, really serious, man, they slapping you on the wrist, man. Get him up out of here, man. What you got?
My
No
cousin,
case?
my cousin,
Come on,
my
man.
cousin lived in Detroit. Said if you kill, you got to sit on the body to get caught. Damn,
Man,
that's crazy. Corruption at the highest level. Yeah, deception by corruption, corruption by deception. Cowboy,
hmm,
exactly, Millie Mill.
that's what
I
that's what I
immediately
always
agree.
tell the young homies. If you out here, you're doing that, you
People
living that
should know
lifestyle.
how to read the congressional, federal, Senate regulation, U.S. codes, and local ordinance. You're right, man. You know what I mean? If that would help out a lot, that would help you duck and dodge a lot of things. Just being able to quote the law, certain parts of the
Hmm.
law when they pull you over, and ask you to enter your car, enter your residence, being able to quote that law right to their face verbatim, it freezes them. It freezes
Hmm.
them. In the
Yeah.
'90s, the Bronx used to have sweeps, right, to where they
They do.
paddy wagons would arrest people for damn near anything. That's Steve-O, right on, Steve-O. I appreciate that,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, they
Paddy
did the
wagons,
same
man.
thing here, bro.
Sweeps. Gangs for every two. Remember Vice Night. Remember when they came up with the Vice Night Tuesdays and Thursdays,
Yeah,
sweep
he
nights.
said that, Marlena. Yeah, yeah,
You want to
yeah,
see
yeah.
nobody on the street. You want to see
Remember
nobody
they
on the
what they
street.
used to call that Tuesday and Thursday was Vice. Is
Tuesday,
that what?
Thursday, Vice Night. Yeah,
Yeah,
you better not be
yeah.
hanging out because they coming. So you sweeps coming to get you. You know, and then back. When you out here in these streets, you ain't thinking about educating yourself on the law. You just live a day to day. You see, okay, that's a documentary.
Crystal say, sit on the body, huh?
Yeah.
That's different.
Oh,
Asiatic Supreme
matter of
Crash
fact, you can
Night. You're
go.
right.
You can have them go on, get on Netflix and look at the Innocent Files, part 5 with Frankie Carrillo, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about with the Linwood Vikings, the gang units. Just go in there, the
Say it
Innocent
again,
Files
Dale.
on Netflix. The Innocent Files on Netflix, part 5, season 1, episode 5 with Frankie Carrillo, and you're gonna see a full display of how corrupt the Linwood Vikings is when they had a man sit in prison for 30 years for a murder he didn't commit.
Crystal, you're
See,
right. They still do that, huh?
watch their tactics.
Oh, they have they abandoned Detroit like they abandoned the Gaza Strip. Man, that's crazy. 49ers need to get a new quarterback there. If somebody shooting that at you, big deal.
Man, kill the court. Man, help, man. Can't stand the motherfucking Garoppolo, man. We need a new coach too. A new quarterback, a new coach, a new defensive coach. We need a new strength and conditioning coach. Even though we came back, I give
You
him
wa-
props for that for coming back. Man, come on,
you want to change them all out of big deal.
man. Even the water boy, the girl who run out there, the boy who run to put the with the Gatorade. Get rid of them too. They running too fast out there.
God damn,
Everybody,
deal.
man.
You want to get rid of everybody.
There wasn't no way we supposed to lose that game, man. Clock management, you should already know. 45 seconds, 30 seconds. They don't got no timeouts. You don't score a touchdown at that time. You get the ball to the one, drop down. run the clock all the way down under 20 seconds, then you score. I'm not even a
He's,
football coach, and I know that.
Will Blast said they paid 65 million to install cameras all over the city. What get what to what end? You know what I mean? Roadrunners Nations 3-0. Oh, that's Raider Nations 3-0.
Oh, Raider
He
Nation,
Asiatic Supreme rubbing it in, man.
Asiatic Supreme. What it do? Raider Nation, bro. Raiders haven't went to the. I'm not going to get on the Raiders. Yeah, Raider Nation's looking good, man. They looking real good. Rams looking good.
Defense let them get in field position. Every
Yeah,
stoplight
but
has a camera.
yeah, we got cameras in our hood.
Yeah, that's what they do, man. You know what I mean? They don't know, man. They jump from camera, whether it's doorbell cameras, traffic light cameras, or telephone cameras, or they got gunshot cameras. They got gunshots. Like when gunshots go off, the cameras automatically click on, man. And they
Mhm.
try to jump from camera to camera until they can pick your license plates up, pick your car, pick your color, and then at some point see what the hell is in the car. You got to
You know
do
what they was
something.
doing
Make
too?
sure it's between 3 a.m. and 3 a.m.
You,
3 a.m. and
yeah.
3:30. JK,
You know
please
what they was
remain a
doing too?
law-abiding citizen. What they be doing?
They putting speed bumps in the streets now.
Oh yeah,
They put them all through the hood, street bump. We don't have no street bumps up in the streets. I guess what they think
yeah,
that's gonna do? Slow what for the high speed chases or stuff like that.
yeah. I saw that vibe, and that's just what I spoke on, man. I'm familiar with that stuff, man. That box, man. When them gunshots go off, them things click on, man. Will Blast say they still
Yeah.
don't care.
Uh, uh, they don't care until you get them cuffs on them and you sitting right there in
That's
front of the
true.
DA.
That's too
People
crystal.
start
Cause
caring.
some people, man, that's another thing. Some people don't is not willing to take as far as others are willing to take it. So when you're dealing with certain individuals, you better know what you're dealing with, man, and not be out there playing. You know what I mean? Because some people, man, I don't seen people walk up break all daylight with a goddamn it in their hand, looking, to do some
Mm-hmm.
harm. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're right about
Yeah.
that.
I'd have been shot at a gang of times, point blank range, in broad daylight. It doesn't matter what time of the day is, Sunday to Sunday.
They
Yeah,
used to
it could be
have
no.
them vibing, but they took them out. The traffic lights. Remember, you used to take your pictures if you run a red light, man. I
Yeah.
don't know, maybe in some cities, but most cities, I think they took them out because they found them unconstitutional. They were unconstitutional.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I got one of those, and the car was in not in my name, it was in my wife's name at the time. And lucky for me, my wife just wrote the courthouse say, "Hey, that ain't me." I don't know who that
Mm-hmm.
is in that car, and they left it alone. You know what I mean? Because she said I ain't paying for nothing. That ain't me in that car. That's my car, but that ain't me. They asked who do you know
Yeah.
who? No, I don't know who it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got scramblers on the telephone pole. You're right. Okay,
Well, all
read
the
that one,
snitching
JL.
going on, they don't even care about it. So much telling going on. They said the dude walked to my high school in 1982, went postal. Some dudes ain't playing, don't care. Yeah, some dudes don't care. Yeah, some people ain't got nothing. Some people wake up in the morning with killing on their mind, destruction. You know what I mean? Want to do something to somebody, ain't don't care who get hurt or what. That's why I tell people all the time when you're talking to people and you're dealing with people in these streets, you know what I mean? You got to be careful because you don't even know who you're talking to or dealing with. You want to be quick to jump up in somebody's
Shot
face. You don't know this man could have.
spotters.
This man could have just killed his whole family. And you want to sit there and jump up in his face talking about some. That's just like in the Compton court cell when the dude get life and they get convicted or whatever, lose their trial, they come back to the court cell and the deputy's trying to hand them sandwiches and apples and whatever. To my, hey man, get your sandwich. I done seen a dude knock police right out,
Oh yeah,
flip over
man.
the whole crate of
My brother,
sandwiches and all.
my brother
But that's
was
just
at
kind of life.
one of those motorcycle events, and one of my homeboys got into it with this cat, right? Unknown to my brother, the dude that tried to help the cat that got into my homeboy was a police officer. My My brother flatlined him. But the police
Yeah.
officer dude, he was cool about it because he later told another homie of mine, he said, yeah, man, dude got a good one on me, man. I ain't tripping, man, but because he was just helping out his homeboy, man. I really shouldn't have got in it, man. That dude knocked me into another world.
Hmm.
But yeah, you got, man, you don't know, man. I live in LA from 1986 to 2009. Moved back to Chicago permanently in 09. Chicago was like LA was in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, Chicago was, definitely. How did you get into truck? Man, I've been driving trucks since 98. And what got me into trucks is the fact that I was, out there running my own pharmaceutical without a license. And I figured, man, while I'm out there doing that, I should put myself through some heavy equipment school. So I went to heavy equipment school and learned how to do all that stuff and, wind up with a class A license for trucks and all that stuff. So eventually I really didn't get into the cranes or anything. So I kind of took towards the truck driving. So eventually I was, going to get out of the pharmaceutical business and just get into the truck driving business. But unfortunately, I didn't get out quick enough because the feds wind up putting a grab on me based on somebody else's mistake, not mine. But you know, it's all good. I'm just keeping it a band, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rung his bell, Marlena. My brother rung his bell. He was out of that. Man, I'm just getting dark. Let me cut on the light a little bit.
Somebody walked into a young man on the laundry and killed him. The camera doesn't matter. Some people, no, it don't matter. People ain't thinking.
Yeah,
You know, you know what I mean? It's that here and now. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get out here and now, no matter what's going on
right.
around me.
Then
I've
after
been
they
there,
go to
done
sleep
that.
a couple of days or sleep on a couple of days, and then that's when everything settled in, and then it started coming down on them. We all have to understand that the fix being in effect, the fix been in effect. Yeah, you're right, Christopher James. Yeah, you're right. It's been in effect. You know what I mean? But do we have to keep falling for the fixes? My question to you: do we have to keep falling for it? You know, do we have to keep voting for Democrats? Do we have to keep voting for Republicans? Anything? Should we create our own political party? Build on, build on, build on. Let's follow each other, build each other up. You know what I mean? To become a block. Whoever got something for us, that's who we vote for. Whoever don't got nothing for us, we ain't voting for 'em. But we vote as one. You know what I'm saying? As a block till we get
Yeah,
something
but
on the table. You put something on the table for us, then you got us.
a lot of
That's
these
what we got to
politicians are
get.
like a lot of these politicians are like used car salesmen. They'll tell you
Yeah.
everything you want to hear about the car, but as soon as you
Uh huh.
drive it off the damn lot and you just spent your money on it, they didn't tell you about the damn leak in the water pump. They didn't tell you about the power steering pump don't really go out, don't really work. The front left tire got a slow leak. Well, we get
Will
your money, they
Blast say he
bamboozle
about to
you.
move to Texas.
Yeah,
I want to drive a
yeah,
Greyhound, but I know how to. I don't know how to. They got schools for that, bro.
yeah.
Greyhound will teach you, man. Yeah, please do, Crystal
I
Blunt.
start my,
Please do subscribe and share to the Hood Post, man. Matter of
I
fact,
start
you
my,
guys press that thumbs up, man. Y'all ain't been pressing the thumbs up. Y'all been coming to the chat room and ain't pressed thumbs up, man. Click that thumbs, man. Bam, that god damn it. Go ahead, Dip.
yeah. No, so I start my supervisor training on Monday,
Cool, man.
and I,
Congratulations to that, Big
yeah,
Deb. Congratulations, Big Deb, on his new promotion. He gonna be out there calling
yeah.
shots, y'all.
Yeah, man, 19 years in this industry, man. I said I'm done with turning wrenches, man. I'm not finna, I can't do that forever, man. I need a
Yeah,
new,
you've been turning
but
them wrenches for quite a while, man.
yeah,
Bang that like button, y'all. Yeah, man, because you've been, turning them wrenches on them hot ass diesel train engines, man.
yeah.
That's gotta be, man.
And I say
Wesley
that
Z.
last fuel pump I replaced. I said it then. I said, you know what, man, I'm about tired. This fuel that squirted out on me so many times. This about sick of this. It's time for something else, man. I can't
So
hack
you got
through
to
this.
keep a change of coveralls and clothes with
Yeah,
you, man, because you don't know
yeah,
what might happen or occur.
yeah,
You got to be able to switch out, man, because you don't be
yeah,
walking around smelling like diesel fuel for the rest of the night.
yeah. I got clothes. Yeah, I got an extra couple of changes of clothes over here. But but I already because I told a couple of my family members where I had posted it on my social media. They, oh man, let me get a job. Let me get a job. I say, bro, it ain't that easy. You know what I mean? In this industry, it ain't like it used to be, where I said
Right.
you can bring people in off the streets. But when you're dealing with the railroad, you're dealing with your own life. It's dangerous. So if you don't know anything about diesel mechanics or about what I'm saying, hydraulic and pneumatic and all this type of stuff, air, what I mean, you're gonna do yourself a disservice. You know what I mean? So go to UTI, educate yourself. You can take a diesel class right there, educate yourself. It'll take you 2 years and dig you a career. But don't nobody want to go to school. That's too hard. You know what I mean? They want to just, you can't just hand nobody a career. You got to work for it. I got lucky, but we talking 19 years ago. Things way different now.
Right. 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 One thing about being in the driving, if you want to drive, whether you want to drive school bus, greyhounds, trucks, or truck, there's always a shortage for drivers because it take a special kind of personality to be willing to give up that time and be able to be under that wheel, sober. I mean, I recommend if you don't drink and smoke and do all that stuff, man, driving is a good thing, man. But if you got problems with some of them things I just named, man, I recommend you don't do it. You just gotta
Mhm.
be willing to, dedicate to that, man, and be willing to make that money, man. Because here's the thing about truck driving, right? There are thousands and thousands of truck driving jobs. Depending on what level you want to go to, man. I know people that make over $200,000 a year at truck driving, but they don't have no life.
Right.
Always
Yeah.
in a truck, they anywhere and everywhere. They don't have a life.
No
So,
kids,
but
family.
yeah, yeah, you know. Matter of fact,
Mhm.
we need to bring back the trade schools. Yeah, that's true, bro. We need to do that too. But their definition was German. Let me see, right there, Big Deb. That's for you.
Mhm. Somebody walked into a young man on line. Oh, that's already up there, Marlene.
No, this one. Wait.
Big dev definition. I was a gourmet production facility and people to mechanics. You see, did well. Basically a mechanic and basic gourmet there. Yeah, it did well. You know what I mean? Even before I even got this career, I knew a little. I knew about cars and stuff like that. But when I got in, I had to study the diesel stuff because I didn't have no diesel certification. Like I'm getting hired right in off the streets. But I still took
Yeah,
the class once I got in and mastered my craft.
right.
You know what I mean?
They go one by Asiatic Supreme.
Takes years, but law enforcement academy it takes 3 years. Yeah, yeah. But you remember when it was in schools, when trades were in high school, junior high school. I took wood shop and I took electrical course. I remember at Hostel Junior High School, so I knew about
Right.
uh, uh, rotors and jigsaws and hacksaws and how to
Uh huh.
all that in wood shop. I knew about
Uh huh.
capacitors and resistors and diodes and how to hook up
I
the
remember
light
when they used to
switches.
have drafting
All
and
that.
print shop and
Yeah,
all that
I had
stuff.
drafting
Yeah.
class. Yeah, I had drafting class and and all that. Even music class.
Uh
They
huh.
took all that out the schools for whatever reason.
All that, man.
I don't understand that. You know what I mean? And that's part of the problem too, because if you
Yeshua
don't
Muhammad was good.
you don't give these young teenagers an opportunity to see what life is really about, these streets are going to suck them in. You know what I mean? And spit them out. You know what I mean? Because social media doesn't help them. You know what I mean? It
There
don't
you go,
help the
Big
cause.
Dale.
You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, for sure. What's it? JS for sure. JS, good looking out. Yeah, I turned my life completely around. You know what I mean? Because you can't gang bang and work. Gang banging was a full time job, so I can't work two full time jobs. I can't be at two places at one time.
That's what I try to
You
tell
know
you,
what I
man.
mean?
But people
Yeah.
think the game bang is some easy stuff that you put a whole lot.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like you got a years and years of, you know what I mean? Just Nah, it ain't like that,
Yeah.
bro. The crystal, yes, big deal. We had some experiences. These you people can't even change a tire. These young
Oh
people
yeah.
can't even change a tire.
Oh yeah. Remember the old bumper
You
jacks,
right
the
though,
Cadillac bumper
Crystal.
jacks, the
You
old
know,
jack stands. You had to put the jack stand
those
together. The
skills,
old
yeah,
Cadillac. Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, I was
Those
doing
skills are
rookie car.
transferable. Diesel
Yeah.
mechanics can work in
Yeah.
the industry with mechanical equipment. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I work with the same engines that's in these locomotives is the same motors that's in some of these diesel trucks. You got the Cummins, Detroits.
Right,
Well, we don't have those no
right.
more, but we got the Caterpillar
That's
C27
yeah. The
cat motors and
caterpillars,
stuff.
yeah, the caterpillars are some of the best engine. Cat just said they ain't making no diesel engines with that damn DEF. They just wasn't doing it
Yeah.
because the DEF
Like yeah.
destroys the engine.
Our locomotive got DEFs in it, but they GE. They electric now. They 20 cylinders with four turbos. They
Uh
got
huh.
DEF on them. You know what I mean? But I mean, like I say, give somebody a career opportunity to support their family. They're gonna think twice
They gonna
about committing a
change. Yeah,
crime.
yeah. They gonna
You know
change,
what I'm
man.
saying? But
Yeah, I knew
even
what you
when
meant,
I
Crystal.
when I first started, I was still dipping and dabbing. You know what I mean? Because that's my homies. That's the hood. So it's hard to just
Right.
say I'm gonna stop cold turkey and I ain't going over there no more when homies are still getting shot and dying and all that. But as far as participating, in gang violence and that mindset, I had to get rid of
Uh
that
huh.
mentality, like that
Be
devil
sure to click
mentality.
the thumbs up
You
on
know
the
what I'm
way in,
saying?
fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, click the thumbs up.
Thinking that I still had something to prove to my neighborhood when, you know what I mean? I got homies that's under me that's old enough to be my son.
Uh
What
huh.
the service I'm gonna do for them when I'm trying to steer them in the wrong direction when I'm doing right. Like I'm living a right life, but I want to go put a gun in your hand and tell you, hey, homie, go put in some work. I'm finna go to work tomorrow, but you here, take this gun, and go kill somebody. No, that ain't no big homie. You know what I
Not
mean?
at
That
all. That's big
yeah, I
dummy
ain't trying
right
to.
there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I'm not finna do that. So why would I want you to go do that? And that's why I tell them all the time. You got to be careful who you call your big homies out here.
Hey, go read
You
that
know
one,
what I'm
dear.
saying? I seen this video on YouTube. The dude said, "I'm a crip at work." Yeah, that's Tidy Bo from Front Hood. Rest in peace. That dude who said that he died in 1988 on 4th of July, 1988, was shot and killed. You know what I'm saying? Even the dude that was standing next to him to the left, T-Lo from Palm Oak, he was shot and killed too
Right,
in 2000
right,
something. Yeah,
right, right,
they
right.
both
Both
were
of them are
shot,
rest in peace.
shot and killed.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But yeah. And Tidy Bo, shit, he was what 16, 17 when he got killed.
yeah. That was Crazy's brother,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
that was Tweety from Palm Oak boyfriend.
Okay,
No, her Crip Crazy brother was Eslo.
Eslo. Okay, Eslo.
Yeah, yeah, Tidy Bo, front of
I see you, Jeb.
yeah. But yeah, man. And then a lot of people get like this misconception, like, oh man, you people think they better than. No, it ain't people think they better than. People just grow up and change. You think that way
Right.
because you still thinking this is 1980s. This is 2021. I don't think the same like I was thinking when I was an adolescent. And if you're
Yeah,
still
yeah,
thinking that,
Marlena.
ain't
Go
no
ahead,
way.
Devil. I'm just reading.
Any of your
Read that one,
kids
Deb.
running the footsteps street. Nah, none of my kids. I got
Yeah, I got two
six
that
sons.
did,
Man.
Marlena.
They didn't follow, but if they did, then ain't nothing I can do. I can, steer them in the right direction. But when gangs get a hold to you, ain't nothing you can do to stop them from gang banging. I mean, you can keep them in the house. What you gonna do? I mean, shelter them. You can move them away. My mom's did the same thing, but I found my way back to the hood. You know what I mean? Because the hood was my life, so it didn't matter. What I'm saying, what she did or who did to try to steer me away from them. I wasn't going nowhere.
I've been working in the culinary field for 15 years, and there are many opportunities available to make a living. However, these youngsters lack work ethic, and I'm 48 and still busting 40 and 50 hours a week. Right on, bro. Appreciate you, Christopher
Yeah,
James
yeah.
Christopher.
I see that in the railroad. It's like they hire
Uh,
these youngsters in here. They hire these youngsters in here, which is cool because they fresh out of school and fresh out of UTI. They still young or whatever. And the first thing I noticed is a work ethic. Now, you done went to school for 2 years taking the test or whatever, but you ain't did the physical work, like changing brakes or, climbing up and down locomotives or,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
doing the grunt work, because that's what you're going to be doing when you get in the railroad. I mean, and it's these young dudes, they can't even stay up for 8 hours a day. As soon as they clock in at 7 o'clock in the morning, at eight something, they say, "Oh man, I'm tired." You tired, bro? It's 8 o'clock in the morning. You can't stay woke for 8 hours, and don't say work some overtime. You know what I mean? I did 19 hours the other day. I mean, yeah,
Double
it's
your
long hours,
vocational
bro.
teacher, and one thing, let me see, one thing I can teach is work ethic. People need vocational training, apprenticeships. Kids need the chance to conceptualize their work. I totally agree, bro. I totally
Yep,
agree. You
yeah.
know, Eyeball Torres, what's good? Peace, Melvin, Big
'Cause
Deb, Texas in the bloom, in the room,
eyeball,
right? In the
yeah.
manufacturing, there's a boom in the manufacturing. Tons of jobs in the trucking, in driving, construction, healthcare, electricians, culinary. Young people are not filling the jobs. You're right,
Hmm.
Eyeball, man. You're right, man.
Yeah.
They comfortable, man. I don't know how people be comfortable with a government assistant, man. You know,
Hmm.
I don't know how people get comfortable with. That's not enough money, man. That stuff come once a month, man. I need mine
Yeah.
every day, every week. you know,
Yeah. Because I try to
just
bring my sons into the crew. I try to steer my sons. Hey, well, man, I want to work with you. At. You got to go to school. I told them I'll pay for it and everything out of my pocket. I'll send you right to school. You ain't got to pay a penny. You know what I mean? You don't owe me nothing. I'm gonna send you to the school. If you really want it, I'm gonna provide it for you. And at the end of the day, went the other way. I can't steer you. I mean, I gave it to you, put it on the table for you. It's yours for the taking. If you don't want it, then hey, you
at
know what I'm
some
saying? You
point
got
they're
that.
gonna realize the mistake they made. Be sure
Yeah.
to click the thumbs up on the way in the room, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate it, man. Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Post, man. Welcome to the mail room, man. Where it
Hmm.
goes down, man. Where we bang that goddamn it. We
Hmm.
chit chat back and forth. The inspirational ladies in the chat room, of course, and we got the chat room goons, man.
Yeah.
So there it is, there, man.
Hmm. Yeah. That work ethic is the number one thing, man. Because when I was a teenager, we used to wash walls, clean bathrooms, rake up leaves, take the trash out. We had to wash dishes. I
All
mean,
that,
we
man.
had to
We used
do
to wash
everything,
walls on
man.
Saturday. Moms had
Yeah.
us busting down walls. It wasn't no
Everything.
joke. And then because I grew up, farming and stuff, man. We had to go till the land, get in the garden, make sure all the
Hmm.
vegetables was right. You know what I mean? So yeah, all
Yeah.
that.
I remember when I got to the sixth grade, my mama came in my room. She gave me $2 in quarters. She said, "You know how to count?" I said, "Yeah, I know how to count." She said, "How much is that?" I looked at the quarter, 8 quarters, said $2. She said,
Uh
"Good.
huh.
I'm gonna drop you off at the wash house. You got to wash your own clothes. It costs $1 to wash and it costs 25 cents to dry. Yeah, take these quarters and you go." She dropped me off, man. I felt lost in the sauce, but you know, I had to learn. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm glad she taught me at a young age to take care of my own self. Wash your
Uh huh.
clothes, fold your own clothes, you know? You know what I mean? She's
Ironing
always telling
and
me.
washing and
Yeah,
you know
you gotta live your own life. That's what she's always tell you. You gotta live your own life.
playing some
You know?
oldies. Yeah, we playing the
Yeah.
oldies too. Yeah, the oldies be going. We be listening to some Al Green, some Temptations,
Like some
Smokey Robinson,
incense,
all that. Yeah.
KDAY, like some incense
Remember,
up in
remember,
your
we used to have
room.
them beads hanging up. When you transfer from one
Yeah.
room, you had the beads, the color beads, and all
Hmm.
that stuff.
Yeah. At that at my
The
grandmama house to
mirrors
walk
on
through the
the
bees.
wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moms used to have
Pops
us
taught me how to
polish.
make beds.
Yeah.
With the army foes on the end and everything, how to get the
Right,
wrinkles out
right,
of them.
right,
Yeah, my pops
right,
taught me
right,
a whole
right,
bunch of stuff. How to shave, how to cut your hair, how to wash your body, how to use a shoehorn, how to shine
right,
stasies, how to hang your
right.
clothes up on a hanger, the different types of hanger. I mean, man, everything.
Man, I
You
grew up
know.
cutting grass, Christopher James, put with a push mower. Wasn't no motor. We had a push mower, man. We was
Me
out there
too.
working out.
Yeah, then you gotta rake up all the grass.
Of
And then
course,
I
you know,
wonder why.
Marlena, the
See,
incense.
I wonder why now when I cut my grass now and the grass get all over me, it don't itch as it did when we was kids. Remember the grass just had you
Oh
itching
man,
like a
that
bug.
grass should tear your ass up, man.
Man,
Yeah, we be burning the incense, Yeah. Them same
Mm-hmm.
triangle incense.
Yeah. I used to work with my uncle at the diesel yard. We get up in there, start changing fuel injectors and starters, and man, for $3. Then we go to the Hollywood racetrack, and I bet all my money back on a horse. It's crazy.
Hey man, I remember me and my partners growing up, man. We used to get them Mother Pride bottles and them big Coke bottles, Pepsi bottles. You used to take them to the liquor store and you can exchange them for money back then. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you had the Mother Pride. I think back then you got a quarter for the big bottles and 10 cent and 5 cent, depending on what size bottles you had. Man, we used to go around collecting bottles, man, as a kid, hitting fruit trees and collecting bottles and going to the store exchanging. Hit thrifties. We go to thrifties to get that. We'll
Mm-hmm.
go swimming, right? Because swimming costs us 25 cents to go swimming. Then we go to thrifties and get 2 scoops of ice cream. That was 10 cents. Get to your bag of Laura Scudder's potato chips. Man, we was winning back then, man. But all that happened off the hustle. We didn't bother our parents with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we would go out there and cut yards and go to the store for Mrs. Paul or Mrs. Weinberger down the street. You know, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when I started junior high school, my mom used to leave me and my two brothers. She used to leave us all $2 for lunch on the table,
Uh
and
huh.
I used to feel bad taking the $2 because you know I had my own little hustle, my own little money. I used to be flipping quarters and playing pitch and playing get like me and selling hot toothpicks and penny
Right,
candies.
right, 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 right.
So I would give each one of my brothers $1 a piece, so they can have three
Uh huh.
dollars a piece. Because I know
Uh huh.
if I go to school, I'm gonna get me at least $10 a day. So I'm making me 10. That was my goal to get $10 a
Right.
day. You know what I'm saying? I can go, give me 1,000 penny candies, and I sell them when I get to school. Hot toothpicks. I can sell Kool-Aid, the little fun packs, and all that. Yeah, I was the candy man at school. You know what I mean?
Stamp
But yeah,
books.
yeah, yeah. We had that. I used to sell peachy folders for a
Oh
dollar.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Remember the peachy
yeah.
folders? Yeah, I used to go down to JJ Newberry's and get the peachy folders. You know what I mean? And I sell them.
Uh,
You know, and then I get
yeah,
all my
crush
$10.
cans and all that, man.
Yeah, I get all my
Rake
$10 in
leaves.
ones and I used to iron my dollars. You know what I mean? I'd be so happy that I got 10 ones. I iron them, crease them up real nice, and put
And
them in
these
my little
kids don't have
envelope.
that kind of hustle in here
Man,
these days. You know, they don't have that hustle.
yeah. Until I got in the drug game. Once I got in there, man, man, I done touched so much money in that game, man. It's crazy. $10,000 wasn't nothing. You make 10,000 in a week.
Yeah, them kids don't have that game, man, at all.
Mm-mm. Yeah, and that's why my kids coming up,
He
they used to
say
always say,
sold down
"Man,
later, yeah.
yeah, nine ladies, yeah." I even sold Kool-Aid cups. You know what I mean? I make my Kool-Aid, I put them in a styrofoam
Oh
cup,
yeah, we
freeze
used to
them.
do that. Make the footballs out of paper and kick
Yeah.
them back and forth with your
Oh
fingers.
yeah. Oh, with your finger, yeah. Bloop.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Get to the edge of the table. That was a touchdown. Get to kick a field
Yeah.
goal.
Or you make
Yeah,
the
you
little
did. You
thing with,
learned to. You learned to
yeah.
earn your way, man. You know,
Hmm. Right. That's why my
there was
kids always
so
thought
many
I was mean.
ways.
They used to think I was mean. All my kids, the people that come on my house, oh, he mean. No, it's just that, you gotta run, I don't want no, it's weekends, it's cleanup day. You know what I
Cowboys
mean?
winning.
Yeah,
But
you
anyway,
know.
Deb, we've been on here long enough, man. We got an hour and 20 minutes in. Ask,
Okay.
let me see. Ask one of
Mhm.
them young niggas out there, man, dude, please cut grass. He's gonna call that disrespect and pull out on you.
Man,
Yeah, well, he might.
bro.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, I would hope not. I would hope they would have been raised better and taught better. But Terrence, I don't know. I think it takes a different type of mentality to do something that blatant and dumb.
I used to tell my sons all the time, you want some money, you gotta work for it. What you want some money for? I was trying to get some Jordans. You gotta work for them
Man, you couldn't
Jordans.
even get them kids to take out the trash, man. Give them
Yeah,
allowances and stuff. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
What you want me to do? You know how to paint? Nah, I'm gonna show you how to paint. What about my shoes? Don't worry about the shoes. You got to work for that money, man. You know?
I think you got a money tree in the
Yeah,
backyard. Well,
yeah,
Big
yeah.
Deb, it's been fun, man. Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Post, man. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. So when that dope content hit, it'll feel like the first and the 15th. I appreciate everybody that joined us today in the chat room. Shout out to Big Deb and his
Yeah,
promotion, Asiatic Cream, Monique, Crystal, all the regulars, Marlon Guest, Craig, Monique Monk. Shout out to you guys.
yeah. And once I get
You
my
know,
I give me
Dupree Hall, that's
about
my brother right there, man. Shout out to Dupree Hall, man, your brother. What's good today? Don't know how to work. Yeah, brother. They
in
don't
about
know how to work. You right. You right.
in about 30 days we'll come back on and we're gonna give a whole tutorial on how to get into the rail industry because that's gonna be my number one goal is to get these young dudes off the street and give them an opportunity like I got to get into the rail industry or any type of career that they're looking for and try to steer them in the right direction and
Right on, Big Deb. I look forward
give
to
them some
that, man, and
opportunities,
looking
man.
forward to being a part of that. We come on and do a tutorial on how to
Yeah,
get in and how to, you know what I mean. We'll walk them through. You know, whatever you need
yeah.
me to do, we'll
We could
do it.
even give
And
them a we could even give them a live walkthrough of the whole engine and jobs, different types of jobs they'll be doing and parts
so,
and
how do we get them to fill out the application? Because I think a lot of them have
well,
a problem with the initiation of getting
right,
the
yeah.
application. You know,
Well, to get the career, you have to go to school. So I would advise anybody that's in the California area to check out the Universal Technology Institute (UTI). Get on there and look at the diesel technology course. They got about 4 or 5 different courses, but just the basic diesel technology course, you can get into that and register, take that class, and I think it probably take about a year or two. I'm not sure, but as soon as you get in there and you enroll in that class, they got different types of benefits that people qualify for, like
look
help
what
you with your
Dupree
tools.
said, man, there. And I'm not
Uh,
surprised by that, Dupree. I'm not
so,
surprised by that, Ezel, because, man, they don't have what we have, man. We used to climb trees, jump fences, run, walk to the river bread, all that. We used to do all that, man. And these kids, man, are wimpy. They real wimpy.
yeah, yeah. But when they take that class, you take that class, and then you just give me their name, and then I can have recruiters because our recruiters for our job they go to UTI in Rancho Cucamonga and they go to the UTI in Long Beach and they do recruits and they take recommendations
They
from
seen the train in
employees
the
and supervisors.
background there.
Yeah, so
Marlena seen the train in the background.
yeah, that's my job right now is to keep that train going. But yeah, they do that, and our recruiter will have them a job already before they even finish school. So basically, if
Oh,
you were
man,
looking
that's
to get in the
awesome.
railroad industry, it's a like we got like a 99.9% hiring rate when you come out of that school because that school is teaching you exactly what we do every day.
And I'll walk you guys through the truck driving side of the game. You know what I mean? If those looking to be truck drivers, man, it's fairly simple. But the most important part about truck driving is protecting your license, keeping your license safe because that's your livelihood and you want to always protect your livelihood, man. So if you're not on any type of pharmaceuticals or marijuana or anything, man, you can come in and get it. You can make a great living at this, be home every day. Or if you want to be a road warrior, you can do that too, man. So we look forward to talking to you guys about some of these things and get some of these youngsters, man, and hopefully maybe we can even create a classroom, man, where we can get these kids in, man, because
Yeah,
a lot of this
that's what I'm
stuff,
saying.
man, we just got to place their hands on it, man.
Right. Like I said, we can give them a one-on-one. We come on the weekend, we go to the job, and we can open up a whole locomotive. We can walk through and I can give them a basic overall tutorial on what their
So what
job
is
will
if
consist of.
Ezel, just send me your information. Send me your information in to the Hood Postman on IG, man, and he's looking for subs and workers to give them my information, my brother. I will do that, man. Just anybody looking for work. Ezel is an entrepreneur. He's a businessman. He has his own business, and he's out there doing the work, bro. He out there building, cleaning, doing whatever's necessary to get it done, man. So you guys tap in, man. What up, ATL Falcons? What up, Melly Mill? Shout out from the ATL. Shout out to the ATL. DM me. Oh, there you go. There you go. DM him at Lou Hall. Lou Hall's #1. Y'all got that? DM him. So he'll get at you. Thanks again, OGs. Much love and respect. Once again, Professor Melly Mill, the Hood Postman. You know the vibe. Be sure to click the notification bell. Drop like, subscribe, and share. So when that dope content hit, it'll feel like the first and the 15th, man. And press that thumbs up on the way out, man. Man, Big Dad, what'd you like to say going out?
Peace, peace, and prosperity to everybody, man. Stay safe out there. Stay
I know.
vigilant. Wear your mask, and hey, man, shit, live your life in peace, man. Peace and
There
love,
it is
man. To
there,
everybody.
man. Peace and love, man. So we're
Yeah,
out, man. We'll tap back in Wednesday. It'll be Wisdom Wednesday, and then we'll get down to goddamn it Friday.
yeah. And if you're cooking for Thanksgiving, invite me over your house, man. Anybody cooking for Thanksgiving, man, invite us over to the house. We can do a live on how good your
Man, yeah,
food
yeah.
is.
We'll come over there at your house.
Yeah,
Marlene and Crystal, y'all cooking. We'll come by and have dinner with you.
yeah. I bring a fried turkey with me.
Right on, man. All right,
Yeah.
Deb. I'll talk to you
All
soon,
right
bro.
now. All
Peace.
right.
Shout out to everybody. We gone.